the next, we're talking about physical connection versus emotional connection. Do we think they go together? Physical connection, emotional
No,
connection, do they work together?
I don't think they work together.
Not in all cases. In some cases, you meet people who are you're attracted to, you're physically connected to them and emotionally as well. You guys are like your soulmates. It happens. But do they have to be together for it to really work? Can you have one or the other?
Physical
Alex,
connection.
let's hear you. Alex.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yes. I believe one is a step into another. Physical and emotional connection. Physical connection is always the first thing because a guy will always see a lady he is attracted to, appreciate the what he's looking at, what he can see before he can talk of getting emotionally connected.
Yeah. And vice
Emotion.
versa, by the way, vice versa. It's also the other way. Ladies have to be attracted to the guy as well. But no, either attracted to the guy physically or financially or whatever, but there has to be an attraction.
There must be an attraction. Yes, I'm just talking from the guy's perspective now.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. It's always from physical to emotional because myself as an example, it has always been what you see, then go ahead and see how well it goes.
Yeah.
So,
Generally, well, yeah. Thompson, your hand is up. Let's hear you, Thompson.
I have seen so many cases where some women are not physically attracted to a person, but try your luck. They will not be emotionally attached to the person. Like, let me one night stand, emotion don't come. But from the beginning, they were not physically attracted to each other. But along the line, try your luck, the thing just hit off.
Let me clarify this emotional connection. Now, what the emotional connection is for me, what I think is more that when you see someone who you have the same kind, that they're what you call love language, right? You have the same kind of love language, you have the same values, you understand each other, you're on the same, what you say, on the same wavelength. That's what I mean by emotional connection, right? And then with the physical connection is you look at them like you go, wow, this girl or this guy is hot. Like, you look at them and go, do you know what? I do what the word says. Okay, so like Thompson, like you said, it's true. Like you might be a one night stand that you meet the person and that you happen to start to talk to the person and you discover that you have a lot of things in common and you share values. Do you understand what I mean? And a lot of relationships have come from that. But the thing is, the first thing we see, when we meet someone is the way they look, right or wrong. Is the way they look. And is from that attraction or lack of therein that we then decide to either go forward or not go further. Does that make sense? So what we're saying is, so if you meet someone you're emotionally attracted to, and then, but you get to talk to them, but the emotional side is not there. Would that relationship still work? That's on one side. Or you meet someone who started as friends, you're not very attracted to them, but emotionally you are very, very in sync. You're in one. Would that work?
I've seen there are so many cases. Let's be honest, many of us, we have seen a lot of women that we are like me. I see her, oh man, she has the front lights, she has the back boots. Man, this thing is super, super sound. But on the long run, he is attracted to you does not make it perfect for you. No. You understand? Something can just be so beautiful before you, but on the long run, when you get connected with this person, you just discover that those physical attraction does not matter again. You will not start looking for the main thing. Remember, we are talking about beauty and character.
Yeah.
Do you know that there are many beautiful people? You will just see them from the in fact, they are hot cake. But when you come close, you will ask, how as beautiful as this girl, she's not having X, or as handsome as this guy is having X. those physical attraction will just vanish into empty air. Like you don't see them anymore.
Yeah. But like what you just said in the comment section that super like that physical attraction is super needed, it's super important.
Yes.
Emotional attraction can make it work, but what you just said from what I read.
No. I said physical attraction is not super needed.
Okay.
But emotional attraction is just one of the major key to a successful relationship or marriage.
Do you think that it's possible for a relation to last when you are not attracted to your partner?
You might not be attracted from the beginning, but when love comes in, the person becomes perfect.
Well, yes, okay. But what if everything is fine, but that's attraction, you don't see them as like your what you would call your spec? Do you think that
everybody, once you fall in love, you don't have spec anymore. I've seen a lot of people that say, this is my spec. But look at the person they got married to. It's not even close to spec, not to talk of the peck.
Thompson, you are very right.
No, sorry, who said? Mayaki, did you say something?
Yeah, I said Thompson is very right.
But the thing is, we know that those things happen, but do those relationships last, and are those people happy? Like, because you think about it, right? For you to love somebody, everything has to be together. I don't know if you know what I mean. Everything has to kind of.
No, everything is never together.
No, not perfect, but to at least majorly. Do you not think so? The person has to be at least for men, I think, to be to some extent your spec. Because you want to wake up and look at them and go, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what any other person thinks, but you want to wake up and look at them and go, you are beautiful, at least to me, right? And I'm attracted to you. You understand, Thompson? You don't want to see person where we say you don't want to look at someone and your team off his stand. You want to look at them and feel that your team they stand.
Can I say something?
Go on.
To every girl can be admired by every guy. It's just a matter of time and place. The truth is that, do you know that we are talking about this person is not spec? Do you know some girls, when you are talking to some girls, they are actually putting you in between the scales. Many married men today, their wife married them because they were the only option. But right now, they are living happily married. And they thank God they never make the mistake. Some, when they hot, when the flower is in its prime, a lot of men will be coming, a lot of women will just say, since A that I'm running after is not working, let me just go with B, let me manage B. For managing B becomes our own manager or the managing director of a company. At the long run, she will find out that she's now loving that Mr. B she was using as an option. So spec, they don't flush spec off the toilet.
You're right.
Hello, you're welcome. I agree.
Yeah, Thompson is very right because I'm actually a living witness. My spec before, as I was growing up, was a babe who have all the characteristics, which is a very good front and back and have a little height, that is also smart while speaking, that can communicate and welcome people easily, Then on the long run, and I met a lady that was last year that tore that thing off from my face, I was not loving her for the first time, but I was having feelings for her. So we're not together, dating, going on. But right now, as I'm speaking with you now, my spec is the kind of woman she is. I mean, she have torn my head off from my spec that I had when I was growing up. And I made her now my whole spec, the kind of spec I want. Hashtag, yeah.
Thank you very much.
She specializes you.
Yes.
Thompson, don't keep it. Philip, can you unmute yourself? Let's hear you. Philip has said, Kanu said he taught, please, he has tore it off his face. Philip said that specs can change with experience as our values and needs change. That is true. And so we keep looking for specs even when we still manage, which is kind of true. But the thing is, But my question is this: the issue is this, right? Are we saying that? Are we saying that? Because what the story, what you said is that eventually, even if the attraction was not there, they were not your spec, but the emotional connection was there. Eventually, they became your spec. Like Friday said, it turns. Am I correct, right? But the thing is it possible for them to never be your spec? Like they're not, they don't have the big front, small waist, and the nice behind. But like your spec, you want your spec. Not everybody have the same spec, but they have that emotional connection with you. Is it possible for a relationship like that to work? Yes, Golden.
Let's not forget that when we're talking about spec, it's not only physical spec. Some people, their own spec is emotional spec.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
so
no,
for them it works. It works.
God is so true. Yes.
Yeah, if you see, you might just want a lady who is like very sound, who can take care of things. She's very independent. She thinks very well. She might not be beautiful in terms of physical spec, but if that's your dream and you see such a person, the physical attraction, it comes automatically because you have found your spec.
Okay, so it's not, but the thing is though, we can't say physical attraction comes automatically. No, in this case, there are people like that. They want. I can tell you, there are a lot of women. They can't do things for themselves. They can't book tickets to. Let me not even just. That one is a very big. It's even too far. They can't go and take the train. They can't buy tickets to enter the train. They want their husband to follow them to buy tickets to take the train. Some men, they will tell you, no, I don't want such a woman. I want a woman that if she's coming to meet me, for example, you are relocating to meet your husband in Europe, she can do those things herself. Yeah. So if you say that's what you want and you see such a lady, it doesn't matter how she looks. Immediately, the attraction comes. And you are thinking already, this is my spec, and you're even thanking God that you have met what you want. Okay. The physical attraction follows immediately. I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah. Thompson is saying here, let me just read the comments here. Now, first of all, Kalu has said, can the ladies tell us their spec? And Kalu, I think what the ladies have said from Goldie, and I think all the other ladies agree, is that we have to be, their spec is emotional connection, that's it.
Now,
emotional connection with us, that's it. Now,
I'm speckless.
Can we unmute your mic? Thompson, can you mute your mic? Now, and then Thompson has said that he's speckless, provided that there's mutual respect and good plans and good food. Up or down is good to go. And
that one is spec now.
It's standard, Abby. And then Philip has also said that understanding of spec is basically your ideal. And again, you're right, Philip. Beauty falls within that equation of but most of the time, what happens is we go for what's available, and that's another point Philip is raising. Austin, your hand is up. Let's hear you. Austin, can we hear you? Austin, can we hear you? I think we've lost Austin. Right. Kalu has said, Tamara, do you want to tell Kalu your spec? Or are you agree with God?
I wish I was still single. I would have said my spec.
You can see that your spec is you describe your husband, that's your spec.
No, I mean, if I'm single and I want to find a husband, I will tell them my spec now so that my spec.
Tamara, tell us your specs. Stop smiling like
Tamara says she doesn't have spec as long as it's breathing. There's blood flowing, it's fine. It's fine.
You are speckless like me.
But the question is, are we saying that attraction counts for nothing? Did you all hear me?
I'm sorry to say, attraction comes from something, but sometimes you cannot describe that thing.
So essentially, attraction does matter. Whether or not the emotional connection comes before the attraction.
Can I ask you a question? No,
let me explain something. It could be that you are attracted to them because of their emotional connection and how independent they are, right?
Can I say something?
right? Yeah, Thompson, go on.
Have you met some persons? They've not done anything for you. You just like them naturally. You are attracted to them naturally without them doing anything.
Correct.
And there are some persons, even if they do heaven and earth, you still don't like them.
Yeah.
Can't you see your attraction is based on nothing? It's but you know you are attracted to this person, but you cannot describe that thing.
Yeah.
I believe
yeah, go on.
I believe it's spiritual.
Well, you might be right. That is deeper than physical, yes. But the question is this. My point is this. What you guys have said is, what you have said points to the fact that attraction is still important and attraction still comes to play. Let me tell you why I say that. Now, some of you have said, look, I might not have to have the person, might not have to look the way I want, my ideal woman should look. But when they have a personality that I'm attracted to, automatically, they become my spec. Like Friday said, they turn my head, my spec changes, right? And Philip also said the same thing that, we think. But one thing we cannot deny is the fact that all this, whether or not attraction comes first or second, in all this, attraction matters. That's the whole point. Do you understand? So, like, whether or not it comes, like I said before, whether it comes after the emotional or there is attraction. So what we are saying, therefore, is attraction and emotional connection are important, or the physical connection. Whether or not one come after the other, but they both have to be in play, because you cannot be emotionally connected and not physically attracted to someone, and that would work. It would not work. Whether or not you become attracted to the person because you're emotionally connected, that's a different thing. But at least you are attracted. So the conclusion is that both of them have to be in play for it to work. Go, your hand is up.
From what you just said now, the summary, I wanted to share one small experience, very tiny one. When I was dating my husband, we're already emotionally connected.
He's here, by the way. I hope you know.
I'm assuming he's not here now. Why are you reminding me?
Okay, assuming he's not here. Let's go on.
We're talking and we became very emotionally connected. This is someone I've known right from my school days. We went to secondary school together. So we already knew how we looked like.
That's one that they do bad.
But the point is, we did not physically connect after we left secondary school for almost 15, 16 years. So I was insisting that we have to see physically. Even I know you love me and I love you good. Emotionally, we are very connected. But physically, we need to see again. Let's know that we are physically attracted. So in our own case, I think emotion came first before the physical, that came later. Though in quotes, we already knew how we looked from way back. So
the point is that the physical was important. Even if you had emotional, the physical was still important. Kalu, no problem. Her husband granted the full permission. She said he has actually put a comment. He said all permission granted. Thank you very much. Now, Moyaki, first of all, it's not a dating site, but we can meet people here. And Moyaki said he's 6 feet tall. He's an electrical engineer in Abuja. So those who are looking for 6 foot tall guys in Abuja, please reach out to Moyaki. And he's a good guy, actually. Now, Bukola, your hand is up. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Hi, Bukola. Welcome.
I'm sorry I came in late earlier.
Okay.
For me, I would say physical attraction is actually very, very important for me. Before you speak to me, sometimes you don't even come to a lady. You are sitting on your own and the lady is looking at you and admiring you. That is physical attraction. By the time you come up to that lady, she already likes you even before you say a word.
Yeah.
But then when you now say one or two things and she doesn't like it, then maybe. But in the first instance, she already liked you before you even walk up to her. I have to first like you before I even listen to you. Before I even say, okay, you can have my number.
Yeah.
It's after you have my number that we now speak at night or during the day, and then we connect. And then emotionally, I get connected to you. But if a guy, okay, like let's say for instance, I personally do not like guys who
Moyaki is making me miss Nigeria.
I do not like guys who bleach their skin.
It's not attractive, but
So
yeah,
if a
I
guy
agree with you.
who bleaches his skin walks up to me, no matter how good you are, no matter how everyone sees you, I personally see you as something else. So by the time you say, hello, please, can I talk to you? I'm already not interested.
Yeah.
So that is the physical part of it for me.
Well,
I don't mind if you're fair, if you're black, tall or short, it's not a problem for me. But if you have that turn off, that bleaching skin for me as a guy, no.
Which guys bleach?
Sorry, many Edo guys bleach a lot. Many guys from Edo State bleach their skin.
Are you serious? My state? How can you treat us, expose us like this?
Sorry, before I do know from Edo State now.
It's very correct.
Bukola, listen. Now, Bukola, listen. Carlo has asked, he said, what if the man you are physically attracted to has mouth odor?
That's a turn off for me too.
We need to give him number. No.
No. Do you know that this face mask is increasing mouth odor?
It's just for you to learn how to control him and tell him to use toothpaste. It's fine.
See, mouth odor. Anyone can have mouth odor. Hope you know this. Anyone can have mouth odor. Some mouth odors are caused by diseases, actually, not even how you take care of your
I think that in conclusion, we can say that physical and emotional attraction have to go hand in hand. Tamara, was your hand up? Was your hand up, Tamara? Okay, that's fine. Right, I want to say, look, it's all, I think, like we say, we have to make sure that these two things, basically, for it to work, they have to go hand in hand. Let's not lie to ourselves. Whether or not the emotional comes first or the attraction comes first, but the two have to, at some point, be in play for. How
can I have a guy I cannot show to my friends?
Well, okay,
when you have a guy and you can't show your guy to your friends, you're not
looking your vein. You're too vain.
No. She's honest. That's not vain. It's the same thing with men. Why would I have a woman I can't show to my friends?
It is actually true, Sha. Like, you can't be shy of your guy.
Exactly.
Even if you are not my husband is not 6 feet tall or 10 feet tall. Your
husband is cute.
Man.
Your husband is very cute. Handsome black guy.
Austin, can we hear Austin? Austin, your hand is up.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Austin, and welcome. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you. I wanted to just contribute to what she said. I want to share experience about a friend of mine. Like, we're really close. So he has this girlfriend. Like, most of the time, they're always on WhatsApp call and all that. So. And the lady is always having this close, like taking the phone very close to her face. So like she looks kind of big and maybe with all the filter and all that, I don't know. Yeah. So they always talk. So this guy's like, he's spending hours on the phone and using my data on it. Like everything he does on that thing. Like I was like, man, this love is cool. So until one day, I went to Lagos to get an Apple laptop, and I wanted to get a phone as well. So when I got to the place, like I called my friend because he actually works there. So I called him like, can you show me off to someone that can just sell for me easily? He said, yeah, he has a guy. So I went, I bought the laptop from the friend, and I called him for the phone. He said doesn't know anyone. So I walked straight on my own to any of the stores that I saw around there. So a girl walked up to me and said, I know you. I looked at this girl like she's off my radar, like totally off my radar. It's impossible for me to know you. It's very much impossible. Like you're short, you're ugly, like everything is happening to you at the same time. Like really, you're a big turn off for me. I wouldn't have known you even if I have met you. Then he called my name, like I know you're Austin. Like, what? Where do you know me from? He said in Abuja. Me? You're like, I don't talk to people. Like I barely like talk to someone. So I don't even have friends. And my friends, I can, like 3 of them, I know the 3 guys that I like always talk to. You're not one of them, and you're in Lagos, so it's not possible. So she said, I'm George's girlfriend. And this, my friend, is always telling me like, this is the reason how he's dating his girlfriend. Girlfriend is very understanding. I understand. Like I said, okay. I said, please, because he knows how to condemn ladies a lot. He's a front runner of that thing. Like he knows how to condemn all ladies. So I said, please call your boyfriend. I need to talk to him, please. He needs to know that I saw you actually. Like this is interesting. So because like if it comes to like being handsome and being beautiful, like my friend is like 90-10, like 90%, the girls 10%, like shit. So I was like, okay, he called the boyfriend, and on the phone, I just brought up my head. I'm like, George, what's up? How you doing? It was like, so immediately he turned off the call, which means he's not happy to show off the girl, right?
Yeah.
So why are you there? What are you doing there? If you know that's not what you want, but he's busy telling people this, that. So when I got back, he saw me, were like, bro, it's not like anything. Just like, these girls now, they get small money. So like, that's not what you told me. Like, he's the one you're going to get married to. Like now I saw the girl and all of a sudden you're like shifting all the things like useless. Yeah. So I actually concur to what she said.
About attraction is
Can I say something?
Something, go on.
This is the beginning of problem in most marital home. You know you don't like this person. It's not presentable like you want. You will still be dating them for one reason or the other. At the long run, when you have kids with them now, you will run. So that guy is supposed to be jailed for time.
I stopped talking to him.
Shit. This is a very big problem.
Thompson, but let me read the comments here. Thompson has said that you should not date to impress friends because they won't follow you to your matrimonial home, which is true. But the point of this showing off is not to impress them; it's to show that you are proud of them. So you want the world to see, this person you are with.
If the person is proud of his or her spouse, he should do it by leading to marriage and live a successful marriage, not for part time.
Well, I know, but that's the whole. Obviously, if your spouse, you're married, you still have to show them off anyway. But if you can't show them off, then that's a problem. Now, Philip has also gone on to say that emotion is not an independent variable. And they say that's something they play on the mind, which causes attraction, which is true. But Carlo has asked a very important question to Bukola and said, if they have serious money and the attraction is not there, would you still go there? Well, that's for Bukola to answer. Now, again,
come again with the question, please.
Carlos' question is, because one thing you said was the person, you have to be attracted to the person, right?
Yeah.
Right. But they said, well, what if the person is not you're not attracted to them physically, but the person he has serious money, or that kind of money? Would that sway you?
Money is not part of what I consider a criteria to marry.
Let's not lie, let's be truthful. $10 money is all speckle.
No.
But it's not the main thing. That's what Bukola is saying.
Can testify to this. She's my very, very good friend. I am really not concerned about money. Really. It is
important, but like you say, it's not the main thing. It's not.
No. When I started with my husband, I started with as low as 500 naira Glow recharge card.
Wow.
Yeah.
But today she's a Jama burger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a condition for me. As long as this man is educated, he has a future, he has something to build his future on. It's okay for me. So even if he's not a graduate, even if a guy is just a secondary school degree holder.
Yeah.
As long as you have something to build up your future on, really, I don't have problem.
You are driven, you're focused, you're ambitious. That's the most important thing. Money, we're not saying money is not important, but like for you, it's not the number one, and it's not the
number one for me.
Absolutely correct.
I'm quite independent on my own, so I really do not consider
it's poverty mentality that makes us see money as everything. But even though it's important, even in the Western people, just women like to see that the man, has something about it. But Golden has also congratulated to say that, look, with this whole idea of beauty, she said she might be 10% in in other people's eyes, but in your eyes, he or she is 100%. That's the most important thing. But I think in all this, one thing that we have to take away, especially for those of us who are not already married or in relationships, is that you have to make sure that you are attracted to the person as much as you are emotionally connected to the person. That those two have to go hand in hand. That's the conclusion. Thompson, let's hear you before we round up.
Please, one thing I'm still begging. Whether physical attraction, emotional attraction, that one is important. But please, I will advise you, don't go and pick swimming pool for the rest of your life. Because one, it is not for better for, it's for better for worse. So anything you pick now, know that is what you will eat till Genesis.
After 3 children, will it not turn swimming pool too?
No, it will not turn swimming pool, it will turn bath. You know the bath you normally bath in your bathroom.
It doesn't matter, Thompson. Some people like swimming pool.
No River Niger.
Exactly. People like everybody with their own choice.
Anyway,
Mr. Thompson, there's a place you get to, It's not even the sex you're after anymore, though.
But you see, my brother, you are not after it. But you see this thing, that is true, Sha, but you will not remember. But it's good. That place is good because the day you want to travel, you will need that road. Not you want to travel through land, you go and see yourself in ocean. There is no parachute.
Don't forget too that there are some men with dicks that nobody wants to sleep with. There are some men
that stuff with that woman, so you have to stay with her no matter alone.
You drop your pants, you're like, oh no, thank you, I'm not ready to die. I don't want your dick to go from my pussy up to my mouth. Thank you, bye.
Exactly. Just so it's the same. I think it goes both ways. So women don't like the size, either too small or too big. So men don't like it either too tight or too wide. But I think now let's quickly read the chat before we finish. Now, Carlo goes on to argue that, all women like money and it's a natural phenomenon. But Golden has said, no, you are correct. We like money. And in fact, we love money, but it's not number one. And I think that's important. It's important that you look at, especially for women, wants to be with a man, that he has to have something. He has to be driven. He has to. It might not be that might not be the basis of a relationship, but you have to know that financially there is some kind of security. But kind of also said, even philosophically, it is proven beyond reasonable that all women like. I don't think it's money. I think it's that thing going back to evolution about protection and provision. And these days, money gives is a measure of that being able to provide and protect. Look, I want to say thank you to everybody. Again, those who are single among us, remember that attraction and emotional connection have to go together. If you don't have one, then it would not work. You need to have both, right?